It's game time. Time in Oakland as the crowds at Oracle Arena look to cheer on the hometown Warriors. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. This game marks the end of a road trip for the Lakers. They're looking to snag one here before heading home.
And there's history, some bad blood between these two teams that makes it all the more interesting.
Well, that much more competitive, too, and that's the compelling part here in this matchup. You play so many games in an NBA season. This is the one you get up for.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Oladipo. Jimmy Butler is out there with Porter. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Chandler in at the five, roaming the paint. They get it back. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Chandler. Lakers on D.
And it's fair to say, Tyson Chandler, not the player he once was, but still a fantastic rebounder and eats up space and does everything you want from a big man.
Vucevic. The rebound by Caldwell-Pope.
You can see how clued in the defense is to take away those mid-range shots and challenge. Solid at getting a hand up in the face of the scorers.
And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
The Lakers have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Here's Oladipo. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And Oladipo has some parts of his game that needs work, but he is certainly terrific on the big finish.
Yeah, I mean, he's got longer arms than you would think for a player of his size, and the overall physical skill set, there's no doubt about it. You know, you look at his ability to just stay floating in the air for that extra moment when he's in attack mode, and this is a young man that still has his best basketball ahead of him.
Here's Caldwell-Pope, and it's blocked. It's stolen by Kaminsky. And it's the Warriors on the break. Lynn with the ball. And it's the Lakers ball. Butler with the ball. Now defended by Hayward. Caldwell-Pope with a wide open look. Here's Oladipo. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average. Banked in off the glass.
Oladipo executed that pick and roll well. Remarkable at scoring whenever he gets room to shoot off the screen.
Out to the right wing. Here's Lynn. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Yeah, a bit of a tough start here at 1 for 4.
Porter with the screen for Oladipo.
Yeah, Oladipo has had some highlight dunks in his career. There's another one.
Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. There's the feed to Ajinça. Hayward outside. Back to Lynn. Shot clock at 5. Over Caldwell-Pope. That one a little long. Lakers leading by 6. Butler passes to Porter. Off his leg. And they're saying he kicked the ball. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Off the screen. Oladipo goes in. Over the past couple of years, Brent, we've seen coaches like Steve Kerr and Brad Stevens take more of an even-tempered approach. Could that become a coaching trend going forward?
Well, I like that both Steve and Brad have some very good players. That would keep me calm too, Kevin.
Yes, it would. You begin right there. I agree.
Yeah, I think we're seeing a shift in what it is that the generation of the younger players has grown up with. And coaches that have the ability to communicate always, Kevin, are going to come out on top. They get their message through, they keep their team positive, and they keep their environment pointed in the direction that is moving forward.
Excellent. And Butler gets it to go on the assist by Caldwell Pope.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Back to Hayward. Feeds to Lynn. Looking to end the drought. Out to Hayward. Hood for 3. The Lakers with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And Oladipo has it in the corner. And finished off by Oladipo.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
And I'm loving what I'm seeing, the passion that they're playing with up and down the floor.
Now here's Lynn. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game.
And really, Lynn has a terrific feel for this offense. Just seems to know whenever one of his guys is open.
Here's Oladipo. Back to Butler. And they double up Butler. Here's Oladipo. Just 5 to shoot. Butler with the ball. Now defended by Hayward. Rebounded by Ajinça. 7-second difference. Shot and game clock. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Hood. And some changes here for the Lakers. Biombo, he's checked in for Chandler. Mbah-a-Moute comes in for Porter. And Lee's subbed in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And the rejection by Ajinça. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And didn't do anything fancy.
Oh,
goodness. Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
Yeah, you can credit the play calling. Nothing really fancy, just imposing their will on the inside.
Was shot by Hayward, wide open. And so it's the loss. Well, looking at Los Angeles, they want to turn it around after the loss to Houston. And the Lakers, Greg, for a long time could rely on the lure of Los Angeles to draw top free agents. History does a lot, it seems.
Yeah, Paul George listing them on his short list shows they still have that pull, but the Lakers will be big players in free agency, I believe, in the near future.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter, Jimmy Butler is out there with Luke Mbah-a-Moute. Then it's Lee. Then it's Matthew Dellavedova. And it's Biombo at the 5. Mbah-a-Moute can't get it to go.
You know, every coach should show players game tape of how he just boxed out right there. Great job with the footwork and using his body to step to the rebound.
Now here's Butler after Jeremy Lin's miss. And there's the call on Gordon Hayward. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Biombo dishes to Butler. He kicks it to Mbah-a-Moute. 6 to shoot. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. And Luke Mbah-a-Moute, the prince, as many know him, very good forward out of UCLA. Brent, he can help with offense, but his biggest contributions for sure come on the defensive end.
And a lot of things, Kevin, for Mbah-a-Moute is just positional outcome. Maybe not a lot of blocks, maybe not a lot of steals, but a good solid defender that gets his minutes out there because he's willing and committed to that end of the floor.
Stolen by Dellavedova. And there's the foul. It'll go on Shabazz Napier. That is his first foul of the game. Lakers leading by 12. Passes it to Lee. Out of bounds. Golden State takes possession.
Yeah, that's just not a good pass. I don't know what he's thinking there. A poor decision.
A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Here's Napier. Defended by Dellavedova. To the wing on the left. There's the pick. Napier kicks to Bender. And stolen by Biyombo. And stolen by Cram. Here's Napier. And the Warriors miss again.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Butler kicks to Biyombo. Back to Butler. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And watching Jimmy Butler, he just offers so much on offense from a scoring standpoint. You know, obviously he can get to the rack and draw the defense to him. Also really improved his ability to knock it down from beyond. Just a complete offensive player.
Vucevic checked in for Brandon Wright. And Greg, as you said, Butler is a threat to score from any part of the floor.
It's a bit of a dying art, though, hitting that mid-range jump shot. Butler also does a great job of getting to the line. That's increased over the course of his career. Just a well-rounded offensive player.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far.
Yeah, that's got them over the limit with a lot of time still left. They're going to have to tone it down or they may end up giving up a lot of free throws here.
And Brent, 14 years in the NBA, you spent about half your time on the defensive end. Of all the guys you were matched up against, who was surprisingly difficult to cover?
It's funny, Kevin, because a lot of coaches would tell you I did not spend half of my time on the defensive end.
I know better.
Surprisingly difficult to stop, I would tell you, it would be Mitch Richmond. Many years in Sacramento playing for the Kings. He was known as the Rock, and I can tell you why. Running into him and his physicality as a two-guard was very, very difficult to stop. One of the game's greatest two-guards.
Sturdy, wasn't he? He was thick. He was hard to move is what I think about.
He was very thick and physical, which was something that I was certainly not. And they also ran a myriad of screens for him on every possession. The most potent offensive player they had was Mitch Richmond, and they would get him open every time. So a very difficult cover for me.
He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. Butler's got 8 points.
Now you could just tell in his gait and in the look on his face, he's in a great rhythm after a terrific first quarter. He is feeling it here in the second.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Yeah, it's a disappointing sequence of plays. Absolutely inexcusable turning the ball over like that.
Tyson Chandler, who's checked in for Biyombo. Los Angeles calls timeout. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Here's Napier. The Warriors shooting their first free throws of this game. Free throw dropped for Napier. And the Warriors dominant last season again, not only because, Greg, of their offense, but because of their defense. One of the best in the NBA, and they're just so active on that end of the floor.
No doubt about it. And you know what? Credit their personnel because it allows them so much more flexibility defensively. And even when they go small, they have excellent rim protection. They're a physical bunch. I just don't think they get enough credit for their rebounding, one of the better teams in our league.
And it's so easy to admire Jimmy Butler. I mean, creative at making the D hit him there on the way up. Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
And the Warriors making a change here. Ben's checked in. Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for Los Angeles.
Yeah, you have to admire the aggressiveness of Lin, constantly looking to draw the foul on his shot.
Both shots good from the stripe. And the Lakers, Greg, have acquired some intriguing young talent. Do you see this group blossoming into elite status?
I mean, there's still some question marks. Injuries have been an issue. I do see some all-star potential for some of their young fellas. Superstar potential, though, it's tougher to say. They've got something to build on, though, and that's key.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
The Lakers have made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10.
Yeah, much improved foul shooter. KCP also starting to get to the line at a higher rate.
Warriors trailed by 10. Lin with it. Now guarded by Caldwell Pope. Lin the pass to Vucevic. And again, no good by Golden State.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Now the pass to Porter. The Lakers rebound. Lakers working the ball around now. Butler. Great D that time from Vucevic.
Hey, even though he's been off, the team's still winning, so the hope is that he's going to get going.
And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
You have to respect the concentration level of Lin there. Just doesn't get rattled on his shot when the D whacks it. And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
And again, the Lakers, no good. That one's good. Just his third make. Brings him to 3 for 8 in this game.
And Lin plays with a real edge. When he's driving inside, he looks determined to beat everyone to the basket.
Chandler dishes to Porter. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you. And Lin is just fearless, always looking to get as close to the bucket as he can.
Chandler kicks to Butler. Lays it up and banks it in. Butler's got 12 in the game.
Yeah, the onslaught continues. He's been unstoppable now for a couple of nights.
Well, a tip of the cap.
Jimmy Butler has been on display for the Los Angeles Lakers. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. Right back after. Warriors trail by 7. We've got Darius Miller. Brandon Wright is out there with Bender. Then it's Allen Crabbe, and it's Napier in at the 1. So that's the group out there for Golden State.
That's a shot you got to step up on. Wide open, no coverage. Good shooters don't miss that often.
Here's Oladipo, and it's Wright sending it back. From outside the arc, and Oladipo pulls it down. Los Angeles leading by 7. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. Here's Caldwell Pope, and he hits the jumper for 2. Caldwell Pope's got the first points to start out the third quarter for Los Angeles.
And when you watch Oladipo, you just like his explosiveness. Every moment he can come out there, he's got some room to get to it. He can take off on you and make something extremely exciting and athletic happen. He streamlined his game a little bit, so when he's not playing in a hesitant mode, he becomes that much more impactful.
All the officials are all over that one.
The Warriors shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. And Oladipo, as you said, can just be a ball of energy out there on the floor.
I like the fact that Oladipo is honing in on his skilled shots. Still trying to figure out exactly what he does well, but he can't be passive. He's got to be aggressive. When he makes those kind of decisive plays, it ends up helping him and his teammates more often.
And we've seen coaches that yell. You've seen some that show no emotion and everything in between. In your opinion, what's the perfect mental makeup for an NBA coach?
I don't think, Kevin, there's any exact science to what coaching can be. And I think the best coaches just have an innate ability to know when to push buttons, how to push buttons, and to do it on an individual level. There are many times that a coach can make the biggest impact with his player, Kevin, taking him aside and having conversations rather than doing everything in front of the team. And I think the best coaches have a pulse of each player on their team and take the time to go and do that.
Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top, but instead he'll shoot free throws.
And that's what Oladipo needs to do. Put his head down and punish the D.
And Brent, something you have to praise Kerr for last season. He did an excellent job of bringing all that talent together and getting them on the same page. Not very easy with star players and big names.
Well, he had to tinker with the rotation a little bit, and then he had to also make sure that guys had confidence in their ability, and Steve was able to do that. The interesting part about all of that, Kevin, is that there were a lot of games that Steve was not there for. And for that kind of leadership, that kind of message to be sustained in the absence of your head coach, that should tell you all you need to know about just how solid the ground is for the Golden State Warriors.
Here's Lynn. He's got 14. There's the screen. And Oladipo pulls it down. Oladipo's got his 3rd rebound on the night. And finished off by Oladipo.
I love the burst of speed turbo button there from Oladipo. He can blow right past you.
Lynn against Oladipo. Dishes it to Kaminsky. Hits the three-point bomb. Kaminsky's got his first 3 points of the game.
You can blame some poor defense on that play. Just a total breakdown. You got to at least contest at some point.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough. Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Lynn the pass to Ajinça. Count that one. Ajinça's got his first basket of the night.
A huge mistake, letting him establish that kind of position down low.
Defense 101, don't let him get that deep, and this speaks to the lack of effort right there. No better way to frustrate your coach.
And the foul on Victor Oladipo. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
Out to Hayward. Oladipo against Lynn. And the foul on Victor Oladipo. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Lynn with it. He's got 14. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Lynn's got 5 points in the quarter.
Even with the defense all over him, Lynn buries the J. Outstanding concentration on those kinds of shots. And no doubt about it, in order for them to be successful, he has got to be a catalyst when it comes to scoring.
Nice D from Oladipo.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
The dish to Ennis. It's Oladipo on the wing. Second shot opportunity. It's rebounded by Golden State.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And you look at the way the Warriors went through the postseason last year. The team was certainly on a mission. They swept through the Western Conference, and you could see tremendous laser focus as they tried to avenge that 16 loss to the Cavs.
And stolen by Hood. And a wide open look for Lynn. No good on the triple. Lakers leading by 11. Oladipo outside. It's rebounded by Golden State. Ajinc has got his 5th rebound in this one. And something that we heard last season, Brent, with the dominance of the Warriors and also the Cavs, is that fans are worried the league will become too predictable with these two teams.
Well, I kind of love the fact that we had a finals where we had two teams competing 3 straight years in a row and all the drama around it. This idea about teams being put together and manufactured, that's happened throughout the course of the NBA's history, Kevin. So I don't really buy much into the conversation about what the Warriors have done and what the Cavs did and what other teams are trying to do. There's a lot of ground out there for general managers and coaching to put together the best talent on the floor and try and win championships. Right now, that's happening in Golden State.
The Lakers making a switch here. Dellavedova's checked in. And the Warriors decide to take their first timeout here.
I like this timeout. You're getting terrible rim protection right now.
Well, you got to ask your team to give you a little bit more effort because there's just not a lot of fire on the defensive end.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Tyson Chandler, who's checked in for Biyombo. Bahamute comes in for Porter. And Lee subbed in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.
Yeah, it looked like they tried to shoot their way out of the slump, and that didn't work. They got to go back and regroup.
Well, no matter how hard it's been, you want to stay positive, stay focused, and maybe a couple shots will get you right back in it.
Ennis dishes to Dellavedova. Screen by Bahamute. Dellavedova kicks to Bahamute. Pass to Chandler. Second chance shot. And Bahamute dishes to Chandler. He feeds it to Lee. Back to Chandler. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake.
And forcing the miss there. He just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
And he's probably looking at some matchups on the floor he'd like to take advantage of.
I'm interested in what he's seeing and then what kind of play they run coming out of this timeout.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
And becoming impatient, that's not how you're going to catch up.
Yeah, that's a painful mistake there. All you can do.
And so it's the Los Angeles. And thanks again for. Los Angeles leading by 11. And on the court for the Lakers to start the fourth. Luke Bahamute out there with Chandler. Then it's Matthew Dellavedova. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Lee in the shooting guard. Now here is Harris. He's tightly guarded. Kicks it to Bender. The three. And no good that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. They've led by as many as 14 points. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. And that game will kick off a 4-game homestand. Lee gets the bucket.
Well, a big reason why Dellavedova is out there is because he can see who's available.
And Courtney Lee gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
And Matthew Dellavedova is going to pick up the foul. That's his third foul of the game.
Matthew Dellavedova. That's his third person.
Harris passes to Crabbe. Back to Harris. Shot clock at 6. The wide open look here for Vucevic. And it's off the back rim. No good. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Chandler. Puts one up from 19. Another miss by Vucevic.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Warriors trailed by 14. Golden State moving it around. There's Crabbe with the 3. Drills the three-pointer.
And this is where Crabbe continues to gain consistency. Came into the league with a great shooting stroke that's now highly repeatable from long range.
Lee outside. Back to Butler. Pass to Chandler. He can't get that one. Great D that time from Vucevic. Crabbe from long range. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Crabbe's got it back down to single digits for the Warriors.
Well, he is deadly in catch and shoot. Defensively, you have to try and make Crabbe put the ball on the deck.
Fires the 3. Rebound the Lakers. Chandler's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Butler kicks to Mbamute. That one goes. Count it. And the Lakers lead by 10.
And you can see that Butler is the total package. Solid at recognizing when one of his guys is open.
And there's the feed to Napier. Harris kicks to Bender. Trying to find Vucevic. Gets it to him. And another shot. Chandler with the rebound. Chandler's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
You can't give any space to Butler. Vicious at penetrating to the rack and then drawing the contact.
And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Biyombo is checked in for Tyson Chandler.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Butler against Hayward. Butler attacking. And the rejection by Ajinça. Here's Lynn. And stolen by Biyombo. Los Angeles calls timeout. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Tyson Chandler is checked in for Bismack Biyombo. Porter comes in for Mbamute. Caldwell Pope is checked in for Courtney Lee. And it's Victor Oladipo in for Matthew Dellavedova. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Luke Walton was saying to the team. He gave them props for their defense. He said, the defense has been outstanding. Keep pressuring them, forcing turnovers, and we can win this one, guys.
That one goes in.
And that's what we mean by combo guard skills right there. Kept his head up and found the open man.
Up top, Lynn. Guarded by Oladipo. A nice shot by Lynn. Los Angeles leading by 13. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
And this is where you have to sharpen up your passing. That's a careless turnover.
Shot from the inbound. And it's good on the layup. Lynn's got 6 here in this quarter.
To give a ton of credit to the screener there. That was a perfect pick to give his teammate the space to knock down the shot.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
And sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
And Oladipo, here we go. Rebound by Ajinça. Warriors trailed by 9. Here's Lynn. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Pretty surprised he missed that shot. The defense was decent, but not really a factor.
To the wing right side. The shot by Kaminsky. Nobody around. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn. Hood comes in with the double team. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Oladipo.
Some turnovers necessary. That one, not so much.
And it's Golden State's ball. They've got an 8-0 run. And Chandler sends it back.
Chandler takes his defense seriously. That's what he gets paid for, utilizing his outstanding length to stifle shooters.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces, as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Lakers.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And so all the hard work here tonight converted into a tally in the win column. It'll be number 26 on the year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Victor Oladipo.
Just really loved his activity level here tonight. Constantly mixed it up, and he threw himself into a lot of plays.
Here's Butler.
Warriors foul.
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second.
And Butler does so many things well. I mean, shoots a high percentage from everywhere, and a gritty defender. He does it all. And that should be enough to get the job done, even though he didn't get all of it.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. They're trailing by 9. 23 seconds left to play in the final quarter. What's your take, guys?
And just trying to salvage anything at this point, even if it's just some momentum heading into the next one.
Well, it's all about doing your best with the time that you've been given. It's the only thing really that you can control as a player. So let's see what they decide to run.
You know, give them credit for still battling here down the stretch, but I think it's too little too late.
2013, Victor Oladipo heard his name second in that draft. One of the best shooting guards in the league and getting better.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. They're behind by 11. 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, what do you think?
And just trying to salvage anything at this point, even if it's just some momentum heading into the next one.
Well, it's all about doing your best with the time that you've been given. It's the only thing really that you can control as a player. So let's see what they decide to run.
So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.